You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I have got your weekly spoilers for July 28th through August 1st. We're going to talk about Willow taunting somebody and Britt's corpse, of all things to discuss. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Okay, on Monday, July 28th, we're on season 62, episode 223 of GH. We are at Drew and Willow's wedding ceremony where we left off on Cliffhanger Friday. Nina was telling Lisel there's not going to be a wedding. She wanted to bail out because probably she knew Drew would be really mad at what Willow had found out. But lo and behold, we hear that the bride is ready. She walks down the aisle and they get all the way to the point of Lucy, who is, of course, officiating, asked if anyone objects, speak now or forever hold your peace. By the way, that is not said in any actual wedding anywhere, but Drew is ready to go. And I think this is at the point we're going to have Willow freaking out on him at the altar, making a scene. Looks like it's going to be in front of Scout, in front of everybody. You know, I think she came down the aisle looking for trouble, unless she decided to go for it and then just couldn't. Hopefully they'll talk in private, but just because his daughter's there, just because Scout is there, it's going to get super messy. And I do think she's going to walk away from the altar. And I think she's going to taunt the groom. You slept with my mother. You don't get me. We're done. Carly talks to Jason and she wants to know if he's thinking about digging someone up, as in Britt Westbourne, because she did have a funeral and everything, if you don't remember. Jason goes looking for Dr. Obrecht. Obviously, they want to discuss Britt. She was at the pool, but then Lulu had one of her snit fits and she left. Brennan has some WSB orders for Jocelyn, and she's asking Brennan if there's a problem, and he says that depends on her. So I kind of wonder if Anna running a background check on Vann triggered something and Brennan got an alert and he knows that Anna is sniffing around. Maybe Brennan wants her and Vann to really sell this relationship thing. They already talked about it, but maybe this is like, you got to sell it. You got to sell it to your mom. You got to sell it to everybody. Plus, Christina opens up to Michael the whole deal about tampering with Brick's brakes accidentally because she meant to tamper with Ava's and nearly killed Rick, nearly killed Elizabeth. Michael wants to know what Christina has to say that could possibly be worse than trying to kill people. So I do wonder if Christina is also going to tell Michael about paying Cody to seduce Ava. And let's be real, Michael's comfort zone is playing dirty. So I'm kind of interested in whether he tells her, you know, good idea, poor execution, something like that. Molly starts a fight, looks like with Cody at the Metrocourt pool. And Molly's telling Cody that he isn't worried about getting sunburned. He just wants her hands on him. I wonder if she's being petty because Christina said he was a gold digging manho, basically. Then on Tuesday, July 29th, episode 224 of season 62 of General Hospital, we have Jason and Lisel talking about her daughter, Britt Westbourne. And Jason's going to tell Lisel that he thinks he saw Britt at the airport getting on a plane to Croatia. I feel like Lisel probably knows Britt's alive because I think Lisel played a part in whatever has happened. So I do think she may tell him to back off. It looks like he may be wanting permission to exhume Britt. But the thing is that, you know, Lisel is her only kin. And so if she doesn't say yes, Jason would have to do it illegally, but he wants answers. Curtis gets together with Nina and Portia there at the Metrocourt pool. And Curtis is going to apologize to Nina for telling Willow about Nina's fling with Drew. And Portia is going to comfort Nina, who right now looks as if she has lost her daughter Willow for good and she's crushed. But on the other hand, Nina may think this is better than her being with Drew. But it is very messy, very complicated, and it is a betrayal of a friend. Tracy and Cody are very happy, and they may be dancing a jig about Nina and Drew being outed and, you know, Willow walking away from marriage to Drew. That definitely looks like how it's going to go down. And Martin is intrigued by some information, and I think this is involving the letter written to Monica that he found. And so rumor has it that Erica Slezak is going to be playing Monica's sister. And I believe that's who the letter is from. We'll find out more next week. Wednesday, July 30th, season 62, episode 225. We've got Nina making a sneaky move. I feel like it's something to do with this Drew mess, or it might be something to do with the blackmail Tracy mess. Rick gets a new client. Maybe it's something to do with this wedding fiasco or some of the collateral damage from Drew's reign of terror. Elizabeth welcomes a house guest, and I wonder if Willow might be staying with her because she isn't going to want to stay with Drew, isn't going to want to stay with Nina. Michael faces a big decision, and I wonder if it's whether he will let Willow see Wiley and Amelia now that Drew is out of her life, which is what he said he would do if she did indeed cut Drew out of her life. So he should follow through on his word, but that doesn't mean he will. Curtis brings Trina up to speed, so he's got to tell her what went down at the wedding, and if Kai gets a chance, he may tell her because he was there, and I think he may go ahead and tell her what Portia did to Heather, Drew getting the blackmail. Just the whole mess needs to be unfolded for her. Thursday, July 31st is episode 226 of the current season, and we've got Jason asking Elizabeth for a favor, and I wonder if it's info on Britt's death or autopsy because she was obviously working at the hospital, and Jason's going to stop by Liz's house to talk about this. Dante opens up to Anna, and I wonder if it's about the Rocco and Britt situation or if it's something to do with suspicions about Sonny and the kidnapping. I feel like it's more about Rocco and Britt and Obrecht. Emma confides in Gio, and I'm sure it's about her dastardly plans for Dalton. And Carly is letting Jocelyn know she has some concerns. And they're probably about Vaughn, but they might be about Lucas and Sidwell and just threats to the family. But Anna kept prodding at her about their age difference and just different things. So we'll see. Willow makes a vow, and I wonder if it's to Michael that she will not go back to Drew as long as she can have access to her kids. On Friday, August 1st, it's season 62, episode 227, and Jason shares his suspicions with Anna, and I think it's that Britt is somehow alive and that Obrecht is somehow involved. Alexis demands answers, and I wonder if it's from Drew, about him sleeping with Nina and exposing Scout to all that mess. Felicia has some advice for Lucas, and it may just be calm down before you get in over your head. Dante grills Danny, and I wonder if he's going to be asking him if he knows anything about Rocco reaching out to Obrecht. And Emma and Gio are hatching a plan as the week ends.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.